Hey, what's up guys, Woogie2312 here, and in today's going to do a kind of new series for my channel. I'm going to do kind of a what if kind of series. It's going to be primarily based around Call of Duty, but I may drift off to other things. But in this first episode, if you haven't seen the title already, it's going to be what if the old Infinity Ward stayed to make Modern Warfare 3. So obviously, if you guys don't know who the old Infinity Ward are, well basically Infinity Ward are the third developer in the 3 developer cycle of Call of Duty, which is of course Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer and Treyarch. Infinity Ward are kind of the third developer in that, and are going to make in the Call of Duty after Black Ops 3. So guys, if you guys didn't know, the old Infinity Ward, something really happened with the old Infinity Ward and the old staff at Infinity Ward. Basically, the old Infinity Ward made Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2, and the new Infinity Ward, the Infinity Ward we see right now, made Modern Warfare 3 and Ghosts. So I'm going to talk about what happened to the old Infinity Ward first. I'm going to talk about what could have happened to the obviously the games after Modern Warfare 2. So what happened to the old Infinity Ward? So as I said, they made Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2. Basically a huge lawsuit was was on Activision because Infinity Ward because Activision didn't pay Infinity Ward their bonuses for obviously making a very profitable game called Modern Warfare 2. I think almost all of you guys have played Modern Warfare 2. It's a fantastic game, honestly. You should really try it out if you've never played it before. So yeah, they didn't get paid their bonuses for Modern Warfare 2, and were kind of pushed on to make Modern Warfare 3. And they I think Infinity Ward kind of had enough of that and actually sued Activision for, I think it was somewhere around $100 million in unpaid bonuses, because just a quick fact, Activision made $900 million on Modern Warfare 2, so that's kind of a lot of money. And obviously Infinity Ward were kind of pissed off because they didn't get paid their bonuses for making such great games, so they kind of filed a lawsuit against Activision. And in that, Vince Zampella and Jason West got fired from Infinity Ward, and they left to make Respawn Entertainment, which is now today's Titanfall. That's why you're seeing Titanfall gameplay on right now, because Respawn Entertainment was founded by Vince Zampella, Jason West, and Grant Collier. I don't really know who that other guy is, but Jason West and Vince Zampella left in 2010. This is in July, by the way. So coming towards the end of the Modern Warfare 2's life cycle. So yeah, that's what kind of happened to Infinity Ward. With the departure of Vince Zampella and Jason West, there was huge a lot of people from the Infinity Ward staff actually left Infinity Ward to join Jason West and Vince Zampella to make Respawn Entertainment, and others just went off to other different game developers, and kind of just all pretty much left Infinity Ward, besides a few employees who actually stayed with Infinity Ward. So that's kind of what happened to the old Infinity Ward. Now I'm going to talk about the new Infinity Ward. So this new Infinity Ward was led by Mark Riemann, who was the lead designer of Modern Warfare 3 and Call of Duty Ghosts, arguably the 2 worst games of COD history, but then again. So yeah, he kind of led Modern Warfare 3's development. Also, Sledgehammer Games, the people who made Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, they because obviously Infinity Ward were kind of in a mess with most of their employees leaving. Sledgehammer Games, which made obviously this year's Advanced Warfare, they came over to help Infinity Ward make Modern Warfare 3. So yeah, that kind of a lot of things happened there. A lot of things just kind of went wrong for Infinity Ward. And with the release of Modern Warfare 3, that was mainly due to Sledgehammer Games and Neversoft, and of course a bit of Infinity Ward, because it was kind of a bit of a mix of different developers. That could be one of the reasons why Modern Warfare 3 wasn't such a great game as Modern Warfare 2. So personally, what I think would have happened to Modern Warfare 3, of course, the old Infinity Ward did stay at Infinity Ward, like Vince Zampella and Jason West. Well, obviously Titanfall would never be created. The game right here would not have been made, because obviously Vince Zampella and Jason West wouldn't have left. Another thing is, I honestly think Modern Warfare 3 would be a totally different game if, of course, Jason West and the old Infinity Ward team did stay, because when the whole lawsuit happened, they kind of had to start Modern Warfare 3 from scratch, because obviously certain things were wrong, and so they had to start again, and they didn't have much time to make Modern Warfare 3, because obviously this happened towards the end of Modern Warfare 2 life cycle, which means only the I think it was Black Ops was the only time they got to make this new Modern Warfare 3. So obviously there'll be Modern Warfare 3 will be a totally different game, because honestly I think Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 are very similar. I honestly don't think that would have happened with Modern Warfare 3 if, of course, the old Infinity Ward team did stay. So I honestly think Modern Warfare 3 was such a better game than obviously if the old Infinity Ward stayed. But it still would have been called Modern Warfare 3, because I think Modern Warfare was designed as a trilogy. Obviously, so yeah, so Modern Warfare 3 would have definitely happened, but I honestly think it'd be a much better a very different game to what Modern Warfare 3 is today, and I honestly think a lot more people would have liked Modern Warfare 3 than it is, because obviously there's been a lot of hate on Modern Warfare 3, because obviously it was kind of similar to Modern Warfare 2, the kill streaks weren't that great, and so on. So yeah, that's what happened with Modern Warfare 3. Now we're going to talk about Ghost, which is a new IP made by the new Infinity Ward, and of course if the old Infinity Ward would have stayed, I don't think Ghost would have ever happened. I honestly don't think Modern Warfare would have happened either. I honestly think it would have been a totally new IP, somewhat different, so we've never seen before. I can't honestly say what this game is going to be about, whether it be set in the future or it be set in the past. Again, we don't know, but it'd be totally different. It'd be a totally different game than Ghost, because obviously Ghost was led by Mark Rubin. He kind of led Ghosts. He kind of made it in a way. He was the lead designer, and obviously with Vince Zampella and Jason Westain, I don't think Ghost would have ever happened. It possibly could have happened because it could possibly be in the drawing boards before Modern Warfare 2, and obviously during Modern Warfare 2, and before the whole Infinity Ward lawsuit. So Ghost may have happened, but I highly doubt Ghost would have happened. And so yeah, that's what have happened to Modern Warfare 3 and Ghosts. I'm going to talk about a bit of what's happening with Infinity Ward now, because obviously they're making Call of Duty 2016. So first off, Mark Rubin was fired last year. Honestly, that was such a great move by Activision to fire Mark Rubin. He was such an idiot. He made the worst 2 games. I don't know what he was thinking when he made Ghosts and Modern Warfare 3, because I honestly think they were awful games. So I'm glad he is gone, and he's been replaced by Todd Alderman, who was one of the he was with the old Infinity Ward team. So he's now going to be the new lead designer of this next Ghost game, whether it's going to be Ghost, Modern Warfare 4, whatever. He's going to be the lead designer of that, which means that another old Infinity Ward team member is going to come back to the new Infinity Ward. So obviously that is really cool that Todd Alderman, he could actually change around Infinity Ward, because obviously Infinity Ward's in a bad state. It's been in a bad state since this lawsuit happened, and honestly I think he could actually bring up Infinity Ward and make it kind of a good studio again. So it's obviously, yeah, that's about it for the video. Really, if of course you did like the video, leave a like, and if you want me to do more of these, just leave it down in the comment section below. If of course you don't want me to do these, just leave it again in the comment section down below, because I really kind of want to know you guys' opinion on this, because I didn't know if I wanted to do it. I really did want to do it, but I don't know if it'd be very good. So yeah, could you leave your opinion down in the comment section below? That'd be greatly appreciated. And obviously you can also suggest what you want me to do for the next episode. I don't know when the next episode will be, but yeah, that's about it for the video really, and of course, thanks for watching.